ஊட்டியை முதலில் கண்டறிந்து தனது முதல் கட்டிடத்தை கட்டிய ஜான் சலிவன் தற்போதுள்ள அரசு கலைக்கல்லூரி மற்றும் அதனை சுற்றியுள்ள 100 ஏக்கர் பகுதியை அங்கு வாழ்ந்த தோடரிடம் இருந்து வாங்கினார். இப்போது இயங்கும் அரசு அருங்காட்சியகமும் முன்புள்ள பகுதி கல்லூரி விளையாட்டு மைதானம் இதில் அடங்கும். தற்போது விளையாட்டு மைதானத்தின் கிழக்கு பகுதியில் காலியாக உள்ள இடம் இறந்தோர் அடக்கம் செய்யும் இடமாக இருந்தது. அங்கு மாணவர்கள் தங்கும் விடுதி கட்ட முயல்வதை தவிர்க்க வேண்டும் என நீலகிரி ஆவண காப்பகம் வலியுறுத்தியதோடு ஊட்டியை முதலில் கண்டறிந்து தனது முதல் கட்டிடத்தை கட்டிய ஜான் சலிவன் தற்போதுள்ள அரசு கல்லூரி மற்றும் அதனை சுற்றியுள்ள 100 ஏக்கர் நிலத்தில் அங்கு வாழ்ந்த தோடர்களிடமிருந்து வாங்கினார். இப்போது இயங்கும் அரசு அருங்காட்சியகமும் முன்புள்ள ஒரு பகுதி கல்லூரி விளையாட்டு மைதானமும் அடங்கும். தற்போது விளையாட்டு மைதானத்தின் கிழக்கு பகுதியில் காலியாக உள்ள இடம் இறந்தோரை அடக்கம் செய்யும் இடமாக இருந்தது. அங்கு மாணவர்கள் தங்கும் விடுதி கட்டுவதை தவிர்க்க வேண்டும் என நீலகிரி ஆவண காப்பக இயக்குனர் வேணுகோபால் வலியுறுத்துவதோடு முதலமைச்சரின் கவனத்திற்கு எடுத்து சென்றுள்ளார். பாரம்பரிய கட்டிடத்தின் தனித்துவம் பாதிப்பதை மனதில் கொள்வது அவசியம்.
This very spot that I am standing is of high historic value for Nilgiris. The whole history of modern Nilgiris started from here. John Sullivan first came to Nilgiris in 1819 and camped in Dimbuti. After 2 years, he happened to see the Ooty Valley and he decided to shift his British settlement to the Ooty Valley. So the first thing he did was, he came here and he saw this place. It was a long flat grassland and it was one of the hamlets of the Toda community. See, at that time the Ooty was occupied mainly by the Toda tribe. So they had 3 major settlements or the Mand. One is the Manjikal Mand, that is which is above the government garden, and the other is the Kandal Mand, and the third is the Hottaka Mand. And this very spot was called the Hottaka Mand. And from this Hottaka Mand only the name Hottaka Mand was derived, and later it became Ooty. So Sullivan saw this place, he was very captivated, and he negotiated with and that time this Hottaka Mand was a funerary month. It was not a month which was regularly used by the Toda community, but was used only during funeral times. So Sullivan bought about 100 acres of land. This side up to the Kotagiri Road and this side up to the Kunur Road. He bought this land from the Todas, and at the head of this flat land he built his first house, the stone house. He started in 1822 and completed it in 1823. So the day June 1 when the stone house was opened became the founding date of the hill station of Ottagamand. And the bicentenary of that the founding was celebrated last year with by the government itself. Now Sullivan occupied it for several years after during his tenure, and then the storehouse changed hands many times. In 1870 it became the summer capital of the Madras Presidency. It remained so from 1870 to 1933. At that time, the entire establishment of the Madras Presidency, the governor and his council and the supporting staff, they all came here for nearly 6 to 7 months of the year, and they occupied the office was the stone house, and their quarters were all surrounding places they built there. And by 1898, the building called the Kanimara cottage at the other end of the Stone House Hill. It was built to accommodate unmarried bachelors of the Secretariat. 1955, this became the premises of the Government Arts College, the first arts college in Ooty. There were some future buildings and this grounds for the sports activities, sports and other activities of the college. Besides that, this is the only spot, for any temporary, shamiana or for any major functions like visit of the Chief Minister or some, community-related events. In 1961, there was the All India Police Cultural Meet was held here for a whole month, under a temporary shed. So like that, this spot is very, very important not only for college, but for the general purpose of the Ooty town. The land in front of the present government museum was for so many years used as a funeral ground by the British. Because when Sullivan occupied the Stone House in 1823, there was no consecrated graveyard in Ooty. So those who died during that time were buried in the space in front of the museum. And notably, there was a grave of one young man called the Colonel Captain Harrington, who was none other than the brother-in-law of John Sullivan. And along with them, 2-3 other people were also buried. So this burial was continued from 1823 up to 1830. And then even before that, the Toda period, this was, as I said, it was mainly used as a funerary hamlet. There is some talk of this land being again encroached for want of putting up some building. That should not be the case, because there are enough revenue lands for other putting up buildings which are essential. But the college premises, whatever it is left of it now, should be used only for the future use of the college and for the important district functions. And that should be made clear to the all departments, so that they will not try to encroach on any piece of the land which is now under the control of the Government Arts College. Thank you.